Okay, Major Adam Lee III. We're here today because we want to focus on a homicide that occurred January 23rd of this year, and we want to implore anyone who may have information that would help us to solve this case involving Mr. Michael Robinson. The award has been raised up to $10,000 at this point, so we're happy for that. And his mother is also here with us today. We'll talk about the reward fund in a minute. But on the evening of January 23rd, 2016, Mr. Robinson left his apartment to go to a store nearby, which was the Valero store on Donald Lee Hollowell. According to his roommate, he left to go and pick up some snacks. And as he walked innocently to that store, he was accosted by 5 suspects that we believe were involved in his death. These gentlemen, or these men, just committed a senseless act and gratuitous act of violence against him. They shot him in the abdomen, but he was still alert enough to notify a passerby that he had been shot and robbed by these individuals. And we have a video here that depicts the scene. In the video, you see the 5 men, and this is inside the apartment complex. And the other video depicts them walking across the parking lot at the Valero store. And this incident occurred at the Collier Ridge Apartments, also known as Dogwood, on Harwell Road at 221 Harwell Road. We want anyone who may have known these young guys to notice the way one of them is walking. He sort of has an open, some people call it a slew foot walk, a gait. His toes are pointed outwards as he walks, and he possibly has a limp. He also had some writing on the right side of his cap and some writing on his shoulder. And these gentlemen, as you can see, they appear to be splitting up, and I believe they noticed Mr. Robinson walking near their direction, and they decided to turn and walk towards him. So this is what occurred right before the incident. His mother is here today, and she is the reason why the money was raised to $10,000. She and some of her other family members worked really hard to get this money raised. It's something that she shouldn't have had to have done, but she was so committed to trying to find out who did this to her son, who was a promising young boxer. Michael was, from what I understand, was about to possibly sign a contract, and he was really moving forward and moving up in his life. So this is a real tragedy for her and the rest of her family, and she's here to speak about that.
First of all, let me get your name. Get your name.
My name is Kathy Turley. I am the mother of Michael Robinson. As the detective said, we have raised the reward up to $10,000 trying to find the guys that did this to my son. My son didn't deserve what happened to him. He was a God-fearing person. He left behind his kids, actually 3 kids. A set of twins is 5, and his daughter is 9. And they ask about their daddy every day. It's really tough, and I really do need peace. Anybody know anything about these guys? All I'm asking is somebody to come forward and let us know, whether it's for the reward or just to help us out, so that we can get justice and peace. Because right now it's tough. It's hard. I mean, it's like our life changed. It's just incredible. So if anybody know anything, just please call the detectives on the wanted poster and let us know. I really appreciate it.
And that number is Crime Stoppers is 404-577-TIPS. That anyone providing information to that number will remain anonymous. There won't be, shouldn't be any fear of being exposed as to who told. As a matter of fact, the police department, we don't know who gives us this information. So it's so secure that we never find out who provided information. We work from that information in order to help us to develop the case and to hopefully find out who did this. And as I said again, we're looking for 5 individuals. We're hoping that somebody recognizes maybe the clothing or anything that might trigger your memory as to who these 5 young men may be.